Okay, so show don't tell is an incredibly important topic in writing. Um, I would say there's a lot to say about show don't tell, but the most, I think the key to it is that with show don't tell, the reader gets what you are communicating to them really in their body or into their brain. Like it's something that if you do really good show don't tell, the person can actually feel it and feel that they are there. The reason for this is that the opposite of show don't tell is what we tend to do in the beginning. So that is tell, don't show, right? And telling is like you say, I don't know, you could say, for example, really bad telling would be judgmental, like saying about a character that he's very evil or very bad or very beautiful or something like that. If you do that, then you've already made the judgment for the reader. And this creates resistance because the reader will say, well, yeah, in your opinion, Mr. Writer, this person is beautiful or evil or good or ugly or however it may be, but I haven't made that judgment. I'm the reader, I'm supposed to be experiencing this. So you already create a bit of resistance, and when you have resistance, then the reader is not really experiencing what you're writing. So an example that I often use is the example of King Kong. So what is the characteristic of King Kong that everybody remembers? I mean, I would say when I think of King Kong, I think that he's big, right? But if I say that, if I write a book about King Kong and people haven't heard about King Kong before and I say that he's big, what does that even mean? That just means your judgment, right? It doesn't, even if the reader doesn't feel bad about it, they won't really feel it much. Like big, what does that mean? But if I say King Kong looked down at the Empire State Building, that is show don't tell, right? You're showing the situation and then the reader can make their own judgment about it and say, whoa, he must be huge if he's standing there and looking down at the Empire State Building. And also the reader gets the experience of King Kong being huge and that experience of standing in the middle of New York City and probably stepping on taxis and police cars as he walks. The brain starts coming up with all these impressions. And the thing about that is because what the brain does is it creates reality for us. I mean, we as human beings or as living beings even are not able to see reality just as it is. We have to have a model created for us by our brains. And the thing that because we don't have enough capacity to see all of reality, reality is shown to us selectively by our brains. So what the brain does is it fills in the blanks, and it's a master at doing this. And that's why if you can write show don't tell in a good way, like just that one sentence, King Kong looked down at the Empire State Building, then the brain fills in all sorts of blanks, and it does it in such a way that you actually see those things, because it's the same thing as just as if you look at a drawing that is just a few drawings, like the example, the most extreme example of this might be the animated series South Park, if you've seen that. And in South Park, it's just a few lines that draws these figures, but it's enough because the brain fills in the blanks, and the brain tells us, yep, these little children, and it's all you need, and that creates your own picture of it. So this is what will be working a lot with Show Don't Tell, and people will be I'll be giving feedback to you on a voluntary basis, also to be used in class, to use what you have written as examples of how we can actually change telling to showing and make it more effective storytelling. So I look forward to working with you on that.